So here we are on a lovely sunny day in Essex, and I want to show you my Cistus plant, which is probably one of my favourites in the garden. Actually, this is not one plant, it's actually 2 or 3 plants, and you wouldn't believe this, but I bought it from a market stall about 3 years ago, and the 3 plants cost me under £10. They looked very tatty, and to be honest, I wondered why I'd even bought them, but they have absolutely gone mad. I put them in this area because it's as dry as an old bone, and when I say dry, I mean you would have to dig and dig and dig to get any kind of moisture out of this soil. It is just rubbish. It faces south, and it is as dry and as has no nutrients in. It's just rubbish, but this plant loves it. And why does it love it? Because it is Mediterranean in origin. You can find these cistus or rock rose plants growing wild they like rocky soil in Mediterranean countries. They also love California. They grow in Mexico, Portugal, Morocco, the Middle East and the Canary Isles, and in fact anywhere where it doesn't rain for months on end, because they like to be dry. So if anybody loves gardens but they don't love the work, this is one for you. It will grow mad if you've got the right dry spot where nothing else grows, and believe you me, I've tried to grow everything in this space here. This is fantastic. 3 small plants have created an area which is probably 8, 9, 10 foot by 10 foot within a space of 3 or 4 years. Now the flowers, they are unbelievable. I'm going to show you these. Here's the white one. I mean, it feels and looks like a piece of paper. Absolutely fantastic. Each flower lasts a day and falls off, but it doesn't matter, because as you can see just next to it, there are buds and buds and buds just waiting to come out. My husband loves these white ones. I think he thinks they are the best. I don't know what to think, because I love those, and I also love these. These are the pink ones, and I mean the colours of this are fantastic. And this plant, or these plants, are absolutely festooned in these blooms as far as the eye can see. I mean, it's fantastic, and it makes a great big area in the garden. I do give it a slight prune every now and then, otherwise I'm not quite sure where it would end, because as you can see, it is utterly massive. It's absolutely massive from 3 small plants. It must be exactly the right situation, which is dry, and apparently it likes alkaline soil, which is probably what we've got here, though I've never tested it, but I think it is. And it needs to be very well drained. Well, I didn't even bother to put anything underneath these when I planted them, because to be quite honest, I didn't think they'd do very well. But I cannot believe the success these plants have produced in this neglect that I've given them, which is basically nothing. They started flowering about 3 or 4 days ago, and they go on now till mid-June. So, you know, they will only flower for 2 or 3 months. Sometimes, depends on the weather, but here usually in Essex probably about the 2nd or 3rd week of May, and I think last year they went on till mid-May, but by then there are getting less. But this year, absolutely incredible. As far as the eye can see, just this one mass of these gorgeous flowers. So I'd highly recommend these if you want to have a lovely, lovely show of gorgeous pink and white blossoms. It is an absolute joy to come out here first thing in the morning and just look at these gorgeous flowers. I'll give you another close-up. Here's the white one, and here's the pink one. Not a bad thing for no work and under £10 of expense. My goodness me, you can't beat that. South-facing aspect needs no work really, and they are just flowering away. In the south of England, these have proved to be very hardy, but I think they are only really half hardy. So if you live in a more northerly area, you may have to protect them over the winter. And they do particularly like coastal areas as well. So if you live near a coast, These are a really good one to try because they don't seem to mind salty winds, I understand. We are a few miles inside away from the coast here. But there you are, Cistus or rock rose. Absolutely fantastic plant, highly recommended.